Sam's self-confidence suffered badly after he became caught up in Megan Walsh's manipulation. He was the first person to uncover Megan's secret relationship with Will Driscoll, and she quickly pressured him into staying silent about it. As Megan continued to intimidate him, Sam also began taking ADHD tablets that had never been prescribed to him. He convinced himself they would improve his concentration at school, but instead they only caused his problems to spiral further. The pressure eventually became too much, leading Sam to collapse in the middle of the street before being taken to hospital. Afterwards, Leanne Battersby learned the truth about everything Sam had endured, including the way Megan had been treating both him and Will. Although the Driscoll family are now aware of Megan's behavior, Sam's troubles are far from over. He no longer knows who he can truly rely on, while Will continues to direct his anger towards him for revealing the relationship. With his anxiety worsening by the day, Sam has started suffering from disturbing visual and auditory hallucinations. Recently, he sprinted through Weatherfield believing Will was chasing him. After falling to the ground and looking behind him, Sam was shaken to discover nobody had actually been there. His difficulties continue in upcoming scenes. During a day at school, Sam becomes unsettled when Will glares at him menacingly while leaving a classroom. Later on, as Sam heads towards the red wreck, Will confronts and threatens him once again. Terrified and overwhelmed, Sam accidentally drops his telescope, smashing it on the ground before fleeing in panic. Towards the end of the week, Nick Tilsley and Toyah Battersby discuss their worries about Sam's well-being and question whether counseling could help with his anxiety. However, Sam overhears the conversation and completely misinterprets what they are saying. Devastated, Sam begins to believe that his family no longer trusts his version of events and that he has been left entirely alone. Sam's emotional ordeal is set to intensify over the coming weeks. As producer Kate Brooks confirmed, the ITV soap will continue exploring the devastating impact Megan's manipulation has had on the youngster, especially after so many people dismissed his concerns about her behavior. She explained that involving Sam in the Megan storyline and making him another victim of her deceit created a compelling direction for the narrative. She also revealed that his mental health has been deeply affected by the manipulation, the lack of support, and the fear he constantly experienced whenever he was around Megan. Kate went on to say that the program will focus heavily on Sam's mental health struggles throughout spring and early summer, with his condition becoming increasingly serious. The storyline will center on his family, hopefully recognizing, before it is too late, just how vulnerable he has become and how urgently he needs support. She added that Megan's actions have not only damaged Will and the Driscolls directly, but have also caused serious harm to Sam as an innocent victim caught in the fallout. According to Kate, Megan's endless lies have completely shattered people's trust and left lasting emotional consequences for everyone involved. A shocking new suspect has emerged in Coronation Street's Theo murder mystery, and this wouldn't be the first time he's taken a life. Theo made countless enemies during his time on the cobbles. For nearly a year, Todd Grimshaw suffered relentless emotional, physical, sexual, and financial torment at Theo's hands. Because of this, Todd's closest allies, George Shuttleworth and Christina Boyd, had every reason to despise Theo. Summer Spellman also had motive, especially after Theo left Billy Mayhew to die. Danielle Silverton, Theo's furious former wife, also had plenty of reasons to want revenge. But among all the suspects, Gary Windus stands apart because he was once considered Theo's friend. Gary has never tolerated bullies. When his stepson Liam Connor was targeted by a cruel school bully, Gary violently lashed out at the teenager in a fit of rage. That aggressive streak has always been part of Gary's personality, although he seemed to calm down after building a life with Maria Connor. Still, his past remains filled with dark secrets. Gary was responsible for the devastating factory roof collapse that killed Rana Habib before shifting the blame onto Carla Connor. Later, he killed dangerous loan shark Rick Nealon in self-defense, eventually taking over his criminal operation and becoming just as ruthless himself. Despite his temper, Gary's violent actions usually come from a desire to defend the people he cares about. He is fiercely loyal, protective, and hates being deceived. That is exactly why Theo's betrayal hit him so hard. The pair originally became close friends, with Gary even giving Theo work as a scaffolder in the builder's yard. However, Theo manipulated Gary just as he manipulated everyone else around him. Even during Theo's disastrous wedding, where Todd was practically forced into the marriage, Gary failed to recognize the warning signs. It was only after Sarah Platt pointed out Theo's abusive behavior that Gary finally saw the truth. Feeling furious and betrayed, Gary immediately cut ties with Theo, sacked him from the yard, and hinted at violent consequences. After Theo brutally assaulted Todd and sent him to hospital, Gary forced the abuser into a car and threatened him with a wrench unless he agreed to go to the police station. Later, when Theo ignored the protection order and refused to stay away from Coronation Street, Gary took matters further by smashing Theo's van with a sledgehammer, an act unfortunately captured on CCTV. To make matters worse, Gary also sent Theo a threatening message afterwards declaring, "I'm coming for you." Now, following Theo's murder, Gary is desperately trying to erase any evidence that could connect him to the crime. During recent scenes, he secretly deleted the CCTV footage showing him destroying Theo's van. Unfortunately for Gary, Kit Green has already become suspicious. Upcoming episodes will see the detective focus increasingly on Gary while investigating Theo's death. In next Monday's episode, Kit and Lisa Swain begin questioning Gary's alibi after realizing parts of his story do not add up. Their suspicions only intensify later in the week when officers arrive at the builder's yard searching for possible evidence, including scaffolding poles. Gary quickly becomes the investigation's leading suspect. However, the case soon hits another obstacle after Lisa informs Kit that the deleted CCTV footage from Gary's computer cannot be recovered, leaving the police back at square one. Even so, Kit refuses to let the matter go. Later, he confronts Gary on the street and makes it perfectly clear that he still believes he could be Theo's killer. The big question now is whether Gary truly murdered Theo, and if he did, can he once again escape punishment? Coronation Street appears to be paving the way for Summer Spellman's departure as the ITV soap continues exploring the shocking murder mystery surrounding Theo Silverton's death following Carla and Lisa's wedding. Summer originally left Weatherfield in 2024 to pursue her ambition of studying abroad after securing a temporary transfer to a university in Boston. She remained in America for several months before eventually returning home to support Paul Foreman during his battle with motor neurone disease. In upcoming scenes airing on Thursday, the 14th of May, Summer shares some major news when she reveals she has been offered another opportunity to study at an American university. Todd encourages her to take the chance, insisting that a fresh start could be exactly what she needs after everything she has endured. According to sources close to the show, Summer could soon be preparing to leave for the United States once again. After the traumatic months she has experienced, including Billy's death and helping Todd escape Theo's abuse, many believe it would make sense for her to move away and rebuild her life elsewhere. However, leaving the country may not be straightforward. Summer is currently one of 6 major suspects in Theo's murder investigation, alongside Todd, George, Christina, Danielle, and Gary. With police continuing to investigate the case, authorities may refuse to let her travel abroad. Insiders have also hinted there may be another reason behind Summer's desire to relocate overseas, teasing that her decision could involve more than simply wanting a new beginning. Coronation Street continues airing on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available for streaming on ITVX.